Comformity. Nah, I'm just kidding. Stranger Things ended last week. Let's talk about it. Apparently, episode 9 was supposed to be dropped. Guess it wasn't real. I kind of wish it is, though. I'm delusional.
Take the man out of the city, not the city out the man.
It's been a week since it ended. I was able to sit with it for a bit, you know? This is a show a lot of us grew up with, and it's just crazy to think that it's over. Like, after this, there's no more Stranger Things, unless we're getting a secret episode. But the fact that, this is it. There's no more, speculation or waiting 5 years for another season. I'm gonna miss it. It was part of our culture, not gonna lie. The final season just wrapped up. And there's a lot of mixed emotions, you can definitely say, especially, people wanting that secret episode. And I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of a sucker for it. I kind of believe a little bit. But overall, for the season finale and the final season, it had its moments. I enjoyed a lot of it, but it was messy, man. It was a bit messy. Felt kind of rushed, not going to lie. But there were moments I genuinely did love. And I'm glad we got to see. The first 4 episodes for Volume 1, I think, was a pretty good setup. Not gonna lie, I was kind of confused at first when I didn't see that the world looked apocalyptic, especially how Season 4 ended. But it was cool how they were trying to, show that they've been quarantined and sometimes passed by with this going on. But the first 4 episodes were kind of sick. Will awakening his powers or siphoning them from Vecna. That was hype, not gonna lie. And Derek, we love Derek. Volume 2, I think, is where things got a bit more messy. There was a lot going on and certain things that I feel like were building up to this final battle with Vecna, but I also feel like they could have probably benefited a lot just by having a couple more episodes just to flesh out some things, you know what I mean? If I was them, what I would have done for Stranger Things, the final season, is I would have just split the final season into 2 parts, like a season 5, part 1 and 2. Part 1, 6 episodes, part 2, 6 episodes, and just make it 12. Like 10 or 12. I think they really could have benefited from having an extra 2 or 4 episodes to flesh it out. But then again, I never made a TV show, so I know that's probably a lot of baggage on your mind trying to think of ways to wrap up the story. But I feel like you could have benefited from just having more time, Some things just needed more room to breathe. That's all. The finale itself, though, it was heartfelt and it was emotional. Especially with 11 at the end. I didn't want her to go. Seeing where the episode ended with this theory that Mike had and having it be a thing where they believe she's out there somewhere, I like it. I definitely understand what they're trying to do with that, And I believe, I want to believe that she is out there somewhere too, but I really wanted her to stay together with her friends, and it's kind of bittersweet that it didn't happen that way, and I wish it did, but it was emotional. The final fight with Vecna, there were epic moments. There was a part where 11 jumped into the mouth of the Mind Flayer, and I was like, okay, this is kind of giving a little bit of Star Wars vibes, dark versus light. The Mind Flayer, his design changed. I like the shadowy figure of the Mind Flayer. I don't mind the flesh, it being in a physical form like it did, but I think the shadow version looked cooler. But how would Vecna live inside it? I don't know. They could have thought of something. But seeing that this show is over now, man, just seeing these characters grow and growing up with them too, having their moments, epic moments, introductions like Robin when she came into the fray in season 3, and Billy when he got his end, Max when she came in. I love seeing Finn Wolfhard. Bro was hilarious. In this last season, they kind of kept him a little bit more chill and mellow, not gonna lie. Love seeing him. Dustin, man, always the heart of the series in many ways, and Steve, I love that dynamic duo and just being able to see where they go at the end of the series. That was awesome. Everybody's ending was pretty sweet. Just the fact that it's over and that 11 wasn't there, man. What the heck? Just like Dustin's speech at the end, I think the show just really captures the vibe of friendship in a very meaningful and great way. Kind of like how you said in his speech, we're finding friends and people we weren't supposed to be friends with. That's just like real life in many ways. Friendship is so important, and having a good friend, a friend that you trust that is like family, is something that's in a way undescribable but means so much. It can add to your character and your life as a person. And I think Stranger Things just always represented that to me. Friends you meet along the way and how much they end up meaning to you and your life. But not gonna lie, man, with Comformity Gate and all this, I low-key I kind of want it, because there's kind of some plot holes that I'm not gonna lie that I feel like they kind of just either forgot or I don't know, they just needed more time to flesh out. For one, the military at the end, everybody's saying that. That's actually one of the theories for the whole Comformity Gate thing. The military just let them go after 11 quote-unquote disappeared. These guys took out people from your squad. Some of your men are gone because of these guys, and they just get out scot-free, we don't care no more. Dang it, bro, the jig is up. Well, you guys are free to go. We out, Hawkins. another thing too, bro. Where were the Demogorgons during the final fight? See, this is why I feel like the way I'm talking about this finale, like I feel like I should be talking about it in the way I felt with Endgame, like just feeling so overwhelmed emotionally and like, oh my gosh. With hype, it was a bit underwhelming, not gonna lie. Like the final fight didn't last as long as I thought, and Vecna didn't seem as scary as he did in season 4. Like, no lie, the way he was moving in season 4 had me scared. Like, what are we up against? It felt like anybody could have bit the dust, you know, anybody could have eaten it, anybody could have gotten it taken down. Nobody did. You don't have to kill people off to make a note, but how the heck did bro go from being a scary figure in season 4, but season 5 you're like out here on some Diddy wanting to collect the kids? Like, Vecna wasn't moving the way he was moving in season 4. After Will broke his leg, I'm like, all right, bro, we about to jump you. Like, it's done. Holly was cool, Derek was cool, but like I said, I'm a broken record at this point. It would have benefited from, like, I guess, fleshing it out a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie. Overall, the series I think is fantastic. I think is great. The ending is, for the most part, solid. You know, better than Game of Thrones, that's for sure. And I didn't even watch it, but Stranger Things, I think it's a nice, complete series. Although it was a bit messy in the end, it is bittersweet to just see this show be over. Like, this is literally it. Unless they drop another episode. Okay, I'm sorry. All in all, I enjoy Stranger Things, man. I feel like you should check it out for real. And, you know, I think it's one of those things where, like, so much hype was built up around the ending. The ending wasn't bad. It could have breathed a little bit better if they had some room, you know? But hey, that's my opinion. I think the show's solid, and I still give it like a 9 out of 10. No lie. If I had to rank the seasons, I'd say 4, 3, 1, 2, 5. Or 3, 4, 1, 2, 5. No lie, 3 and 4 are like the best seasons. I'm not gonna lie. Vecna carried, and that ending for season 4 really built up the hype and expectations of what season 5 was going to be like. Was it going to be apocalyptic? Was Vecna going to just decimate everybody? I don't know. But for what we got, I think they did a good job for the most part. I can't believe Eleven's gone. I believe she's out there somewhere. Yeah, man, Stranger Things is one for the generation, and I'm glad I was born in an era where it came out in my time and I experienced it. I got to see it through. So yeah, let me know if you enjoyed the season, the series in general, and what you thought about it. And yeah, man, here's some more good TV, great stories. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. And always remember, defy the odds, be the hero of your dreams.